Justice M.R. Shah, Justice Shivkirti Singh, Justice Sachin Dutt, Justice, I could not get the other name from Delhi High Court, Amit Sharma ji, Kailash Gambhir Shah, a dear friend of mine, Mr. Venkataramani, the Attorney General of India, Dr. Lalit Bhasin, Dr. Manoj Kumar and Shwetaji, ladies and gentlemen. Sometime in the afternoon, not today, I got a call from Dr. Manoj Kumar that they intend to come. I said, most welcome. So Shwetaji and Dr. Manoj arrive. They invite me for the function, for the release of the book. I asked them politely, you have not yet sent me the book. He said, no, sir, it's 3 volumes. Yeah, send them. He said, I'll send you the next day. I said, no, send me after 4 days because I'm not available. Then he sent the books. I won't pretend that I've read the books. I've gone through it in a different way. When you get a book, what question do you ask yourself? The first question you are supposed to ask, oh God, I missed an opportunity. I could have written the book. That's the best compliment to the author, because you are putting yourself at an intellectual level with the author. Whether you are less or more doesn't matter, because human psychology doesn't allow comparisons, but you compare. Second, you see, when I thought of the compendium, it struck me about the name of the firm, and the learned Attorney General commented on it. I would like to add, Solomon doesn't require Solomon's wisdom to understand, because it is simple, clear, lucid, and yet vibrant. It helps you in understanding the arbitration law, history, and the futuristic progress. What made this couple to get into this activity? I would like to use a phrase from the Constitution of India, which forms a part of Article 51A, the spirit of inquiry. If you have an inquisitive mind, then what can I do in this branch? Then you think of many things. You see, there are many people who have thought but not done anything. I'll give an example from, shall I give you an example with regard to Ravan? Don't treat him a villain, huh? Please don't. You see, he always thought, when he was dying, Lakshman went to obtain certain advice. He asked Ravan, what shall I do in life? He said, what you think to do, you should do. I always wanted that I should put a staircase to the heaven, but I thought, I never took any steps. Now that you are asking my advice, take it from me. If you want to do something, try immediately. And this couple, this firm, immediately thought of the idea and gave it a fructification. That is why you have these 3 volumes. Now, I have a duty to do. In 2018, the Law Minister of Singapore had come. I was also invited. She was absolutely full of adjectives with regard to their arbitral system. As the head of the institution, I had a job to do, and I did it. And I would request the gathering today, I see many young faces, do not think our arbitral system is bad. You can always blame a system. Efforts have to be made to put it on a pedestal. Learn, do not imitate. Try to educate yourself, but do not be overwhelmed by their concepts. Third, you see, there are so many factors why people choose a particular arbitral system. There is foreign financing. There is a foreign party. He wants to drag that clause into the contract. What can you do? So the system, the financial investment, and kind of law are required to make India, let's not use the word hub of arbitration, a comparatively competitive field for arbitration. There was some discussion with regard to mediation. You see, I have perceived it in life in last 5 years. Before that, I was doing mediation also in court, whenever possible. Here, when the parties say that we want to settle, I give them short dates, whether I am the chairperson or I am the sole arbitrator, so that parties can think of settlement easily. Because what man thinks today has a habit to contradict it the next day. Before they think of the attitude or develop the mindset of contradiction, you try to bind them so that they settle. And I would advise, no, who am I to advise? But I would suggest the arbitral tribunal, sole or the 3-member tribunal, should not charge when there is settlement in 2-3 hearings, or they must do something. We can help the system. Lastly, you say, how do you read this book? I have not asked the honorable judges, the retired judges, not the young lawyers. Please read it from the 3rd volume, so that you will know this is the law in present time. Then you read when you have the time. Dr. Manoj Kumar, I must tell you, I have kept these 3, please run. I have kept the 3 volumes in my study upstairs, not downstairs, because I want some time go through the old decisions and the present decisions and the decisions which are coming in 2023 in the volume 4, right? Yeah, supplementary. Supplementary is the correct word. No, because there are certain propositions which are required to be read, analyzed, and if possible to be distinguished or followed. That's different. Why I'm saying that you must read from the latest so that you can understand the law. You see, I'll give an example. Many senior people must have faced this. Interest under the 1940 Act was a problem. Till 91, no one faced any problem. Every High Court, Supreme Court said interest can be granted by the arbitral tribunal. All of a sudden, a matter travelled from Orissa. then a bench held, I think it's a 3-judge bench in 92, that in the pendentilite and the pre-reference interest cannot be granted and post award. You see, there was so much of confusion with regard to pre-reference, pendentilite, post. Eventually, after my elevation of 5 years, 2001, there was a constitution bench and the decision was taken, interest can be granted, 3:2, because 2 had never granted interest in their life. That's the mindset, attitude. Fortunately, the day I read the judgment, next day I had to give a judgment on interest. So it was so easy for me. What do I mean by this, ma'am? That you must be up to date. And here the Solomon and Hammurabi firm tries to make you up to date. One. Another aspect I want to tell the elderly gentlemen. You see, when you read a book, please mark, that gets into your subconscious memory. Some may ask me, how can there be a subconscious memory? It's always a conscious memory. The answer is, whatever you are reading is stored in your conscious memory and has a link. Link is a very, I think, comfortable word nowadays, has a link with the subconscious. And that is why there is a photograph. And if you have that photograph, you are underlining, you will always remember. I don't want to take names. There are still some senior lawyers in the Supreme Court who can tell you the year, page, and the left-hand side or right-hand side. Another reason for reading, you could see always this, the website or something and all kind of research. Eyes get slightly affected. When you read books, they give you pleasant reading and nothing like reading a book in a delightful manner. And for this purpose also, I congratulate Dr. Manoj and Shwetaji. I must say, I really feel delighted. I will not use the word pleased, because pleased is slightly arrogant, shows arrogance. But when you say delighted, you show your humility. I am not showing my humility, I am really humbled by the gathering, by the attention, by the focus, and the duty the authors have done. And before I part, I must say, everyone has put forth one's view. I have also stated about my view, but I am optimistic about Indian arbitration. I want all of you to be optimistic. Optimism brings spark and life. Pessimism brings some kind of that man's name, that Pygmalion, or all different kind of attitude that nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. But what we do can take us on the path of perfection. Path of perfection is different and distinct than perfection. And these volumes speak in volumes that they are waving you on the path of perfection. Thank you very much.